Hey, it's Guard here, and I apologize, it might be a little windy out, but we're going to de-winterize our Coachmen Beyond. I'm going to show you how simple it is to de-winterize a Coachmen Beyond that's been winterized with antifreeze. All you need is your outside shower hose, a bottle with some water in it, and some bleach. Put a half a cup of bleach because the tank holds 27 gallons, so you want about a quarter cup for 16 gallons. So just a little less than a cup of bleach. And I filled the rest up with water, and we'll get to that later. But the first thing we're gonna do is we're going to de-winterize it. So I'm gonna make sure that my petcock underneath the van is closed. That would be down under here. All right, that's the little valve on the freshwater tank, and it's, let's see if I can get that camera. It's that little white handle. You turn it so it's crosswise. You turn it so it's crosswise, and that closes it. Next thing we're gonna do, next thing we're gonna do, let's put some fresh water in the freshwater tank. So I have this hooked up to my faucet, and we're just gonna put some water in there. So let me get that started. All right, and okay, nothing's coming out. Next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna come inside. So come on in, Deb. I'm gonna wait for a little bit of water to show up in here. So right now the tank's empty. If I were to turn on the water pump, let's come back. I forgot one more step.
Isn't that to do those low point drains back here?
No, I'm going to.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Yep. Where it picks up the water from.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm trying to learn too.
There's this hose right here. This is what you pick up the antifreeze from a tank. And there's a little white hose here with a valve on it. You want to turn it so the handle's in line with the main hose. That'll allow this one to be closed off, and when I turn the water pump on, it'll suck water up from the water tank, the freshwater tank. So that was the next step. And I'm doing this all in one continuous video. Okay, at 15% now. So we're gonna turn on the water pump. Oops. Home, water pump on, and it pressurized already. So the next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna turn this on and wait for white water, clear water to come out. And this is all going into my freshwater tank right now. I mean my gray water tank. Okay, so that's clear. Now we'll do the other side of the faucet. Let's see. Okay, that's clear. We're gonna go into the bathroom here. Turn on cold. That's nice and clear. Hot. Okay, a little pink still. And that looks pretty good now. And the toilet. Pardon how the toilet looks. It's got some sealant, seal conditioner in there. So we're going to turn that on, flush it. Okay, nice and pink. And we're gonna go back outside here. Gonna plug in the outside shower. It's gonna spray because the water pump's on, probably. So you just push this into the hole like that. And normally you can just shove it in, but since it has under pressure, if you pull this little collar back, like that little collar, so put there and then just push it in. There we go, it's in. And now we're gonna spray this. And it actually looks fairly clear. Okay. We're almost done, believe it or not. I'm gonna go back inside. You stay right here for a second. Well, come on this way. Yeah, not this one. I'll show you what we're doing. Okay, what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna turn off my water pump. So the water pump's off. I'm gonna open this up like that. A little bit of pink water came out of it still. Let me run a little bit more through it, just to make sure. Okay, so I'll turn off the water pump, and I'm taking pressure off it, and I'm leaving that valve open. And underneath here, this is just a little extra step. You don't really have to do it probably, but I feel like it's kind of a good step to do. It doesn't take but a second. Let's take this drawer out. And I'm going to, oh boy. I'm going to come down here, and there's the big brass. Can you see the brass knob down there? Yep. I'm just going to open that up and just let out the little bit of water that's in that little bit of an overflow pipe there out. Just, there could be a little bit of stuff there. So we're going to close that back. And we're going to go back outside. So this is a step that you really don't need to do, but it doesn't take but a second. Because there could be just a little tiny bit of antifreeze in these two little short pipes. These are the low point drains, so I'm just going to crack that open for a second. Both of those. Just let them run for a second. I'll close it back up. And guess what? We're done. That's all you got to do. So now my freshwater tank needs to be sanitized. So I'm leaving well, I apologize. If I was not going to sanitize my freshwater tank, I would change the bypass on the water heater. But this is a really good time to sanitize the freshwater tank because it's the start of a season. You've had antifreeze in it, might as well start fresh. So I left my water heaters, the trim is bypassed, and we're going to come over here. We'll just let that drain out a little bit. So I have some room in the hose. All right, so tighten that back up. I got my bleaching water here. You don't want to spill it on you. Don't have some nice clothes on, because it will bleach. And just slowly pour it into the hose here. And this is diluted right now. I put the bleach in first, then the water, slowly. I don't think I put enough room for my bottle. That's weird. I'm just gonna push it through the line, and it's going into my freshwater tank. And it should all be in there by now. And make sure whenever you use a water bottle for something other purpose than having drinking water in it, make sure that it gets thrown away properly. You don't want to throw a drink out of it by accident. All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to fill the freshwater tank up. And I'll fill it till it just kind of comes out the overflow. I'll let it sit overnight to just do its little magic. And then tomorrow we'll complete the sanitation process. So stand by for tomorrow. Bye everyone. Okay, so it's the next day, but let me just recap what I did on the sanitation process. We put the bleach water in the tank, and off camera I went inside, turned on the water pump, and I ran water through the faucets until I could smell bleachy water. And then after that was done, the next morning, this morning, I drained out the freshwater tank, and I put a fresh load of clean water in it, and I ran the water from that cleaner tank of less bleach, you know, through the pipes. So now the water coming out of the pipes doesn't smell like bleach. There might be a little bit, but it's not a bleachy solution like it was before. So basically, the system's been sanitized, but in order to use the hot water system, we have to be able to not have the truma bypass. So we're going to go inside and unbypass the truma. And once that's done, the entire de-winterization and sanitation is completed. So let's go inside and unbypass the truma. All right, so the last step to do is the bypass of the water filters, to unbypass it. So we're going to do that next. And here under this drawer, pull the drawer out under the stove, you can see this white hose right here. That's the bypass. And then over here, the red hose is where the water comes out of the truma hot. And then down below it, the blue hose, that's where the water goes into it cold. So we're going to rotate this handle like that. And then we're going to rotate the red one like that. And then we're going to rotate this one. So we close the bypass, water can't flow through the white hose, and now it's going to flow from the blue hose into the truma and out the red hose into the water system. So that means that the water system's not bypassed, the truma. And all we have to do now is turn, okay? And all we have to do now is just to turn the water pump on, and that truma is going to hold, I think, about 6 gallons of water. So it's going to make a lot of noise as it fills that tank up. And or you could also just hook up your hose to your city water input and just fill it up that way. But that's basically how to winterize, not winterize, unwinterize or de-winterize and sanitize the Beyond. So you're ready to start the new camping season. Next thing you might want to do is buy a new water filter. At least once a year, get a new water filter.
if you use the water filters a lot, you might want to replace them more often. But that's it. Hope you all have a great day. Hope this video helped. You got any questions, just leave a comment. Thanks, everyone. Bye.